Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! This is the card I am going to take to our OnStage local in Las Vegas. This card uses the stamp set Let the Good Times Roll and the coordinating Thrill Ride pop-up Thinlets. It's kind of ambitious for a card for swaps. I'm not doing tons of them. I am going to change out the color. I have decided to swap it out for Tempting Turquoise. So let me show you what I have. My card base is Tempting Turquoise, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm adding a layer of Dazzling Diamonds that's 5 1/4 by 4, adding a layer of Real Red that's 4 3/4 by 3.5, and a layer of Whisper White that's 4 5/8 by 3 3/8 for a really narrow border. My layer on the inside is thick Whisper White that is 5 1/4 by 8, and I am scoring it just a little bit, like a 1/2 inch at 4 inches. So I'm putting it just in my trimmer and using the scoring blade and measuring a 1/2 inch from each side. My first step stamping is to use the roller coaster stamp, and I'm using Real Red. And I'm just stamping kind of in the middle. Photopolymer, so I have my Stampin' Pierce mat. And then the next step is to just stamp Let the Good Times Roll underneath the roller coaster ride. My next step is to stamp with Tempting Turquoise. I'm going to stamp the roller coaster cars, and I'm going to stamp them once on the track here, and then twice on the scraps of cardstock. This is the scrap from when I was cutting these pieces. Next step is die cutting. I have that thick Whisper White with just a 1/2 inch of scoring on the sides, and I am going to put my roller coaster framelit. On the framelit there is both a slot and a little pointer right here. You're going to be placing that die centered on your cardstock with that row right between. If you hear any strange whining, it might be Micah, who had his little snippy surgery and is wearing the cone of shame. You're going to top that with a cutting plate and roll that through the Big Shot. And this pops right out. And then I have several pieces that I want to cut out. I want to cut out, there's 3 clouds, and I have just a piece of packing tape that I have set on my jeans a couple of times just to get rid of some of the sticky, then put the clouds all together, and then I dusted it well with my embossing buddy and got rid of all the extra dust from that. I want the framelets to stick a little bit to the tape, but I do not want the tape to stick to my cardstock at all. So I'm putting that down on my white. I have scraps of Real Red from when I cut these pieces out. And this piece cuts out 4 little tiny banners all at once. I want a piece of gold glimmer paper for with my sun, and then all of those roller coaster cars are designed to cut 2 at a time, perfect with the stamp. And so I'm going to cut all of these pieces out. I have all my suns cut out of gold glimmer, all my red flags, all my cars, and then I have my 3 kinds of clouds, and I want to add just a little sponging around the edge of those. I'm going to use my sponge dauber and Pool Party ink to go around just the very edge of the clouds. Next, I'm going to stamp my inside greeting, hoping your birthday is a thrill to remember, in this inside section at the bottom. This next part is the most challenging, I think. You're going to take either your bone folder or a scoring tool and score along this dashed line. Don't score the flags. I'm pressing pretty hard. Okay, you're going to help your flags pop to the front, and you're going to fold down on these, and you're going to allow this part here to fold forward. There is actually a score line along there too. So help these score lines along. And then you're going to fold just with your fingers along that edge of the track. You're going to fold mountain fold here and valley fold here. And you should be able to pinch these. Don't try and pinch the whole row at once. Do the same thing here. Mountain fold. And valley fold. A little bit at a time. And pinch that part of the track. And then you're ready to put it in your card base. I would recommend liquid glue because there is a little give in it. You want to go all the way around the edge and close to the score lines here. And then set the fold at the fold in your card. And then go ahead and fold your card. And smash it. And now you're ready to decorate. I just want to add my flags. And I'll let that glue dry for a little bit. Be a little bit careful as you're putting your clouds down. You want them a little bit higher so that they're not going to interfere with those flags. They will be going up a little bit as the card closes. The other thing you need to be careful of is it's tempting to put your dimensionals on the back of your cars. You want to put your dimensionals on your track instead of on your cars, because you don't want your adhesive to be extending and sticking to the card base. Your cars that are going up here don't go through to the back, so you can put those anywhere. Then we just need to add adhesive to your card front. This goes on the red panel. Remember that this is a very thin border, and so the green glue might be helpful to put that on. This layer is going on to the glimmer paper, and glimmer paper is a little harder to adhere to, so use plenty of adhesive. You might want to use your glue dots if you'd like, or dimensionals, but I think I have a lot of adhesive there, so it should stick. And then this layer goes on the card front. And that's it. Let the good times roll. There's the little pop-up roller coaster. I hope you are thrilled by this card. If you would like the full directions, come on over to bevadams.com. I'll have the direct link for you right here. And if you're watching on YouTube, look down below in the video description, and I should have the direct link for you there too. Thank you for stopping by.